My name is Diane Borrison. I live in San Jose, California. I'm 80 years old, and I'm a 13-and-a-half-year survivor of pancreatic cancer. My skin and eyes began to turn yellow. I also started with a lot of itching. Even before we saw the result of the blood test, I knew something was very wrong. It was rather quickly determined that the reason my skin was so yellow was because my bile duct was blocked. When I learned that my diagnosis was likely pancreatic cancer, I couldn't believe it because I had been a very healthy person. I had never smoked. I was always extremely active. It just never entered my mind that I would have pancreatic cancer. My 3 kids encouraged me to go to a high-volume hospital, and my son asked, "How many Whipple procedures have you done, Dr. Norton?" And he said, "I've done hundreds." So that was how we decided that I would have the procedure at Stanford and he would be the surgeon. That was it. I was off to the hospital. I think many times people are diagnosed with this cancer and it's such a shock, it's hard to get your head together. You can't worry about whether you're hurting someone's feelings because they have given you a diagnosis and now you're asking for a second opinion. You have to do the best that you can for yourself. So one of the best things about my recovery from pancreatic cancer is it has made me very committed to helping to make sure that others who are diagnosed with this terrible cancer have a better chance to survive than the statistics would indicate. I knew very little about advocacy, but that was something that was needed, whether it's fundraising, speaking to local groups, raising money, talking to my legislator. All of those things I feel that I must do because I've been given this chance to survive this cancer when so many others were not. Since my diagnosis 13 years ago, federal funding for pancreatic cancer research has increased 900-fold. And if it weren't for the work of volunteers all around the country, we would not be where we are today with our understanding of the disease. For people who are being diagnosed today with pancreatic cancer, I have a message of hope. So much more is known about the disease and about treatments than when I was diagnosed. When I was diagnosed, the likelihood of surviving 5 years was only about 5%, and now it's at least 10%. So anyone who thinks that individuals can't make a difference, they should take a look at what's happened with this cancer.